Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
Janelle Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Maloria is open. Three-pointer. Oh, my goodness! He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Oh, just posterized by
Ito ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League and it's game day in Binyan. We are back at the Alonte Sports Arena para sa second game ng ating Monday triple header. The undermanned Pasig City squad led by Warlo Batak will be gunning for an upset against Lawrence Paul Victoria and the powerhouse Pangasinan Heatwaves. Yan po ang ating second game. 15-7 ang dala ng record ng Pangasinan. 8-14 ang Pasig City. Good for number 10 in the North Division. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Si Dev Tupas kasama si Javi Palania dito sa Alonte Sports Arena. Magandang gabi din sa mga nanonood sa atin sa ating YouTube channel. And we are live on Solar Sports, Javi. And big game para dito sa Pangasinan, particularly after that loss to Zamboanga last week.
Yeah, I think they had that game in the bag. Everybody thought they had that game in the bag. But then a collapse happened. Zamboanga started to hit shots. JP Kawilan got hot. And it was a huge loss para sa kanila because everybody thought that they were going to end up with that victory. Now, they have to win this game against Pasig to try and tie Caloocan in the Northern Division.
Difficult result to deal with para dito sa Pangasinan. Makakabawi kaya sila. Let's bring in our courtside reporter, Mika Abisamis. Sana yung kay Andre. Mika, kamusta ang dalawang kupunan natin na Pasig and Pangasinan going into this matchup? Parehong galing sa talon dalawang kupunan.
So Del Javi, it's been a tough week for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. They've never been this serious daw this season. Sa kanilang practices, alam naman natin itong si Coach Gerson Calbiltes, hindi talaga siya titigil hanggang mapatunayan niya that he is part of the elite. Biro nga ni Lawrence Victoria, ate, grabe pala matalo pag nandito ka sa Pangasinan. Doble o triple ang takbuhan talaga. Kaya tignan natin kung ano ang mangyayari sa kanila. Para naman dito kay Coach Aldrin Morante, although they lost to Cebu, it was actually a good game. At ang gusto niya, his boys were fighting with dignity. Nandyan si Warlo Batak, nandyan si Jay Gars, nandyan si Jacob Galicia. Sabi nga niya, alam mo Mika, hindi na ako naghahanap ng panalo. Ang hinahanap ko dito, integrity at every opportunity. Sa Delphin Javi.
It shows you the contrast really kung saan ang dalawang kupunan natin. One is a team under pressure and that's Pangasinan. Ang ito naman sa kabila, Pasig, pretty much playing loose and wala na yung pressure sa kanila and maybe that can be the key to to give them this victory here.
Yeah, sometimes the things just outside of the court just don't really favor you and they have been practically undermanned. Kulang talaga sa pyesa itong Pasig City but they've shown us game in game out that they could really fight and give the other teams a huge problem. Talaga nagkukulang na talaga sila sa dulo. Nauunahan talaga sila but these guys have been a great crop of fighters for Coach Aldrin Morante.
Adding to their woes for this ball game is the absence of Chito Jaime, pero ito si Jacob Galicia was really really played good against Cebu. Ito si Jacob had 19 points, 15 in the first half. And alam mo, ito si Jacob really, when you give him an opportunity, he's one of those players na talagang ginagrab niya ang opportunity.
Yeah, and he's one of the undersized big men in this league who play with a lot of heart. It doesn't really matter who he's up against. He will show everyone that he belongs in this league and he has given Pasig City a huge boost in the front court dahil wala nga sila masyadong legit big men.
Lawrence Victoria naman sa kabilang panig para dito sa Pangasinan. He is one of the newcomers to this team, added to this team para for more firepower going into the playoffs. And Lawrence delivered against Zamboanga, 16 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. And if not for that upset of Zamboanga, siya sana yung ating best player of that ball game.
Yeah, Laurent Victoria has so far proved that he can fit in seamlessly to this system, although there is a lot of pressure now on him to be with a better team. I think Lawrence Victoria has embraced that pressure and he has shown that on the court, and together sharing the wing position with Alin Bulanadi has given them a lot of youth and firepower as well, which I think they lacked during the start of the season dahil ang strength talaga ng Pangasinan was in their front court.
Oo, no? And talking about Alin Bulanadi, dalawa sila ni JP Maguliano. They actually played a lot against Zamboanga, and Maguliano ultimately fouled out of that ball game. And Alin Bulanadi still feeling his way back here sa MPBL. Itong si JP, kakabalik lang din dito sa MPBL. Finished in double figures, but Alin took 17 shots in that game and only made 3 of them.
Well, he's always going to be licensed to shoot. We know the capability of one Alin Bulanadi, but JP Maguliano, Coach Gerson is very happy to have him back on his squad because it gives more speed in the front court and he gives a lot of variety instead of just leaning towards the more traditional bigs in Mike Mabulak and the others. So Maguliano will be a big help for them as they wind down the season.
Pangasinan against Pasig in our second game. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starters.
Live on Solar Sports, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters. Let's begin with the Pasig City. Shooting guard number 1, Warlo Batak. Power forward number 10, Mark Montuano. At guard number 27, Algin Gadin. Coming in at center number 29, Jacob Galicia. Starting at forward number 44, J-Gars, Jerome Garcia. The head coach is Aldrin Morante. His assistants are J.R. Villanueva, Lance Cinco, and Richard Rosales. The team owner is Mr. Buddy Encarnado. Now for Pangasinan Heat Waves. Point guard number 6, Ian Melencio. Small forward number 9, Harvey Pagsanhan. Starting at guard number 12, JP Maguliano. Playing center number 23, Jay Collado. And at forward number 13, Alin Bulanadi. Their head coach is Gerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches, Noy Catalan, June Marzan, Florian Pineda, Ariel Sison, Harold Nang, Joseph Guillon, Dan Sabier, and June Medina.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Gadin, Batak, Galicia, Montuano, Garcia para sa Pasig. Melencio, Maguliano, Collado, Bulanadi, and Pagsanhan para naman sa Pangasinan. So big lineup here para dito sa Pangasinan. Kung titingnan mo, Avi, kakapareho lang yung height, pero it's really taller than the average starting lineup that you're seeing here in the MPBL.
Yeah, you're right. Ito lang si Ian Melencio yung medyo nagkakaiba, but everybody else almost standing the same height for the Heat Waves. And this really gives them a lot of the advantage because aside from being tall, this is a pretty quick 5.
Bulanadi misses as we get the ball rolling here. Inside, Jacob Galicia.
He and Mark Montuano will have to do twice what they've been trying to produce the past few games, maybe even triple that. Try and keep it step with this loaded front court of Pangasinan. It's going to be a long night for them.
Our referees, Alan Manzano, Leonard Layosa, Mike Kinay, and our substitute referee, Karina Martin. Bulanadi again. 0 for 2 to start the game para kay Alin Bulanadi. He's 3 for 19 in the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah. But he's not going to be afraid to shoot. He's going to keep shooting, hoisting up those shots until that ball falls through the hoop, Alin will just keep shooting and shooting, and that's what Coach Gerson expects of him.
Nahirap dyan if he gets gun shy.
Yeah, that's not the Alin Bulanadi we know. We've never known him to be gun shy.
Gadin gets away. The runner from Gadin. No. Galicia with the offensive rebound. Goes to Montuano. Jay Gars for 3. Still no go.
Both teams start struggling to put points on the board early here.
Melencio in and out and in again.
Still one of the best scoring point guards this league has ever seen. Ito si Ian Melencio, master of the mid-range.
Well, when you have Ian Melencio, there's like a certain stability that you feel when you have Ian Melencio. And Alain Bolanadi scores finally after a couple of misses.
Yeah, that might be something that he can try to explore more, is to try and attack the basket. Of course, that was something different. That was off a fast break. But maybe Alin can try to put the ball on the floor more instead of just settling for a lot of outside shots to hopefully increase his percentage from the field. And that might be something that he can get confidence from when taking jumpers.
Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
But at least the inclusion of both Bulanadi and Victoria will really help Pangasinan in a lot of close games, because it's really tough to not have a guy who can close out games for you in the guard position.
There's a challenge here from Coach Aldrin. We will be right back.
The Pasig City's challenge was successful.
Pasig City's challenge is successful. That's off the foot of Bulanadi. Garcia gets it to Gadin. He fires. It's short. Batak with the offensive rebound. Ito lang talaga yung hindi mo matatawaran sa Pasig. They are really, they work extremely hard.
Yan na lang talaga maging isa sa mga pangunahing puhunan nila dito, because they're not really, they lack talent. They know that. They realize that. Kaya talagang dinadaan na lang nila sa sipag at tiyaga. And that's something that a lot of the young kids can emulate, because it's not really all about talent all the time. It's just more of the desire to play hard, and then the good play will come and follow.
Warlo Batak, top of the key. Look at Pangasinan gang up on Warlo Batak.
When Pangasinan is playing this kind of lockdown defense, they're really a very dangerous team, because this enables them to get running in transition, and they have really quick players who can finish quickly on the other side.
6-0. The Heat Waves ahead. Collado inside. Misses. Rebound. Garcia gets it to Corpus. Up fake. Corpus. And one.
And now it's Pasig who gets their turn to have a fast break opportunity. Nice pass in transition. Galing kay Jerome Garcia, finding Corpus on the break. He actually had Gadin on the right side, but chose to give it to Corpus, who was already up ahead near the basket.
That's the bonus to drop, and Pasig is on the board. 6-3 ang ating talaan dito. Melencio na pagsanhan. Ian Melencio Pagsanhan is free for 3. That won't drop. Maguliano to Collado.
That's an offensive foul. Nice attempt to steal the ball there by Gadin. That forced Collado to bring out that arm and ward him off.
Here's the offensive foul right here. Yun. Extension of that left hand. Sipag din ito talagang Pasig maglaro eh.
Coach Aldrin Morante prides himself in that. His players have really shown a lot of resolve in that aspect. He's trying to outwork their opponents.
Now this guy right here, Gadin, really the epitome to what Pasig has shown this season. Even Corpus, who now has 5 points in the ball game.
And these two guys, virtually unknown players in the mainstream basketball, as we see Collado knock down a 3-point shot. I remember Gadin's first game here in the league. I think that was in Quezon, and he really struggled in that game. He was turning the ball over a lot. He was making a lot of questionable decisions, a lot of bad shots. But recently, he has been playing well, especially in that game against Cebu. Gadin made some big shots in that game.
Tsaka naging steady na rin siya eh.
Yeah.
Hindi na siya masyadong... you can't see the panic minsan in his eyes na... And there's no tendency to do too much.
Yes, compared to that first game that he had, he has really improved big time.
Bulanadi, foot on the line. Masyado malakas. Gadin with the rebound. Pagsanhan is whistled for the foul.
You can see Gadin, he's just all over the place, a really scrappy, pesky guy who makes it really difficult for you.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One. With
Oh, yeah.
2.5 minutes remaining after that 3 from Lawrence Paul Victoria. But somehow, Zamboanga not giving up and then forcing the extra period, which they ultimately won. No?
They really dug deep in that game, especially in those final 2 minutes. Talking about the Zamboanga Sikat. That's been, I think, a lingering problem for Pangasinan this season. They tend to be complacent when they're up big in the fourth quarter, and that gives the other teams an opportunity to make a comeback. It's a good. They tend to have a good start, and then they tend to taper off during the second half. These results are the product of that.
We're tied at 9. Melencio, jumper, got it. It's a simple give and get it back para dito kay Ian Melencio. Walks into that jumper. Gadin. Last touch on Mark Montuano. And here is the strength of Pangasinan. Their bench, their depth. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Corpus, one of the guys from Pasig, who's having a good start to this game.
11-9. Galanza Vic Manuel. Melencio gets it to Bong Galanza. Lumapit si Galanza. Takes the jumper. No go. Pagsanhan to Bong Galanza. That three-pointer doesn't work. Pagsanhan. There's a lot of contact there. No call. Jay Gars will attack and find Corpus from the corner. It's a good look para kay Corpus, but he comes up empty on that attempt.
Yeah, I don't mind the miss there, galing kay Corpus. That was a good setup for Jerome Garcia. However, they allow an easy basket for Jory Napoles on the other side. When you miss, you gotta make sure you get back down on defense, set up, especially because they're also playing zone here. I think they're gonna be playing zone most of the way to try and neutralize the inside attack dahil nga kulang rin sila sa front court with Chito Jaime out in this game.
There's a whistle going against Pangasinan. Ito na yung masasabi mo. No? Hindi talaga titigil itong Pasig. No? Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Yeah, they're just gonna try and wear you down the whole time. Passing, playing pesky defense in the backcourt and try to force some turnovers.
Rocky Asidre has been inserted into the game kasama si Jess Kilatan and Lester Tamayo. Last touch on Corpus. It will go back to Pangasinan.
Turnover there para sa kanila, but you expect Pasig to just really try and move that basketball because that's going to be the only way that they're going to stand a chance of scoring against this really tall lineup of Pangasinan.
Vic Manuel off the glass and in.
Just nothing much she could do there if you're Corpus. You're there right in front of him and he just turns using his height as the advantage. Easy shot para kay Vic Manuel.
All about using the angle there para kay Vic Manuel. Galicia misses the free throw line jumper. Galicia gets a running start. Couple of fakes, had to adjust. And he misses. Rebounding Vic Manuel quickly to Lawrence Victoria. Drives baseline, the sidestep, the kick out. Manuel for three. No. Rebounding Galicia. Back the other way. Pasig. Kilatan. Uses the Galicia pick. Now Tamayo. Gets it to Corpus. Asidre on the other side. Asidre to Lester Tamayo. The handoff to Rocky. 8 seconds to work with. Asidre now up against Vic Manuel. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And that is a turnover. Terrific defense galing kay Vic Manuel to force the turnover.
Absolutely locking him down on that play. Asidre had trouble seeing the floor there. Couldn't get off for a decent shot because Manuel was just all over him. Opted to pass. That was too high para kay Lester Tamayo.
15-9. Hesed gets it to Jory Napoles. No good. Iba ni Tamayo. Here comes Kilatan para sa tropang Pasig. Galicia with the pick. Galicia dives. Picks up his dribble. Labas kay Kilatan. Tamayo is open. Tamayo will shoot. He will not get the roll. Rebound ni Hesed Gabo. Gabo nagmamadali to Bong Galanza. And they go back to Hesed. Victoria from downtown. That's short. Rebound fought for. It's with Tamayo. Pasig City has not committed a foul here in the first period. Warlo batak to Asidre. Back to Warlo. 10 seconds. Warlo the turnaround. That's short. Hesed turns on the Jets. There's a foul on Kilatan.
Apparently a push from behind by Jess. And Pasig City is really having trouble knocking down shots. Credit to the defense of Pangasinan. They're usually always draped all over their man, making it difficult for any attempt to get into the basket. The slip there by Hesed Gabo and then the push from behind galing kay Jess Kilatan.
15-9. Victoria from the corner. Vic Manuel. He will miss. Rebound with Rocky Asidre. 35 seconds remaining. Babalik pa dito sa Pangasinan ng bola. Tamayo will fire and get it to drop.
Given more space this time, ito si Lester Tamayo, perhaps one of the easiest looks for Pasig City over the last few possessions.
Last shot of the game para dito sa of the first quarter rather. Para dito sa Pangasinan Heatwaves, 10 seconds. Gabo to Victoria. Victoria down the middle. Manuel. And the shot clock expires on Pangasinan.
They still have 2.6 seconds to try and get a shot off here, talking about Pasig. Down by just 4 points.
You gotta be impressed with the start here of Pasig,
Oh, yeah.
particularly on the defensive end.
Exactly. You know, they've been doing their job, really trying to stop any easy baskets for Pangasinan. The Heatwaves having trouble making shots, but the same with Pasig actually, but still down by just 4 points.
For all their firepower, the Heatwaves only ahead by a couple of baskets here at the end of the first period.
Yeah, this guy Corpus was a big factor in Pasig City, really keeping in step with Pangasinan here in the first quarter. 7 of the 11 points of Tropang Pasig coming from Corpus, but Pangasinan up by 4 still.
Referee substitution, referee Martin or referee Kinay.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. You're still with us here in Binyan, Alonte Sports Arena po tayo. Si Dav Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis for your Monday triple header. Kanina pala, hindi ko nabasa yung text ni Joey Leo.
Ano na naman
Pag
sinabi?
nakadrive ka daw, pag humihingi ka daw agad ng foul.
Parang siya hindi ah.
Second quarter.
Napaka talaga nitong Joel Leo na to.
Oo.
No? Napaka.
Porket may shooting na siya ngayon ah.
15-11 ang ating score. Batak to Asidre for 3. Got it.
Rocky Asidre's outside shooting will be very crucial in this game in Pasig, trying to keep it step with Pangasinan. He, along with Jerome Garcia, they have to get things going. But if they allow Pangasinan to rain it down as well, it's going to be tough.
17-14. Warlo Batak gets it to Montuano. Trying to carve out space right there. It's a held ball. And the possession pointing the way of Pangasinan. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Gabo had time to set his feet, get his shoulders squared. At nasipat niya na mabuti doon ang kanyang tres.
Vic Manuel, turnaround shot, in and out. Napoles, the kick out to Vic. Victoria, great ball movement from Pangasinan. It leads to a Bonga Lanza 3.
Missed his previous 2 attempts from the outside. This time, coming out of a nice ball movement galing sa Pangasinan. He gets an open look on the left wing.
Manuel saves it to Bonga Lanza. Back-to-back para kay Bong.
It just needed 1. Now he's hitting back-to-back threes. Ito si Bonga Lanza almost from the same spot. Pangasinan using their ball movement that was a product of their stops here in the second quarter.
And this is the biggest lead of the game now at 10, 24-14. Tamayo regains control. Batak with a jumper. No. That ball knocked away. It will stay with Pasig.
So far, 3-9 here in the second quarter in favor of Pangasinan. See here the swing from right to left. Victoria giving up a decent look for a better look to Bong Galanza. And then here Manuel was too deep, didn't force it, saw Galanza wide open. And Bong knocks down his second three of the game.
Hugging foul on number 2, Vic Manuel's first team foul.
Twenty-four to 14.
14 seconds.
Marlo Batak drives on Napoles. There's a whistle going against Jorge Napoles.
Orla Batak has yet to get it going in this game. Still scoreless. This is going to be his opportunity to put some points on the board. He's going to have to be aggressive starting now. Can't avoid his team getting into a deep hole. It's very tough to get back from huge deficits against Pangasinan. And not a lot of teams are very successful in overcoming deficits against the Heat Waves.
As yours, the official outfitter of the MPBL. 24 to 14, 0 for 2 for Warlo Batak. Hesed to Bong Galanza. Again, Bong Galanza. 3 triples here in the second period, and that's why Pangasinan are ahead by 13.
They feed the hot hand there. Nice swing once again against the zone. Gabo orchestrating the offense.
Hesed. Victor is open. He feeds Manuel. Top of the key 3. Won't go. Montuano with a rebound. I thought Lawrence should have taken it.
Yeah, or Manuel could have gotten another pass to the left side to Galanza, who was also waiting in the wing.
That's last touch on Napoles.
And field goal shooting continues the sour here for Pasig. 6 out of 25, 24%, while Pangasinan is shooting 42% so far on 11 out of 26 shooting.
27 to 14. Gadin is back on the floor. Jay Gar, shot fake. Lumapit and hits the jumper.
That's just how deadly a shooter Jerome Garcia is. He fakes from way downtown and still Galanza bites on it. Able to lean closer for a higher percentage shot from mid-range.
Inside, Manuel. Can't get it to drop. Vic Manuel. Jacob Galicia. What a move from Jacob Galicia.
He even thought that he got hit in the face, was asking for a foul. That's what happens when you go up strong to the basket.
We go back the other way. Jay Coliado returns. Lourdes Victoria is also off the floor. Mike De Gregorio comes in. This is our kicks a great move of the game. Born for greatness.
Had to adjust because of the presence of Hesed Gabo there.
Gadin knocks down the 3.
Boy,
The courage from this kid.
his confidence really stemming a lot from the good games he's had the past few outings para sa Pasig City.
Hesed Gabo with the answer on the other end, 29 to 21. Jay Gars now with Rocky Asidre. Galicia turns around, gets the offensive rebound. Garcia goes to Montuano sa ilalim, labas kay Jay Gars. Nice fake, foot on the line, and he knocks it down. What a possession there for Tropang Pasig. They were under duress the whole time, Javi.
Yeah, you saw the pressure that the Heat Waves were applying, but Pasig City just trying to see if Pangasinan would commit a mistake with quick passing. That ball movement was very crisp, and Garcia, wow, what a gutsy shot. 29 to 23 here. 5 minutes and 39 remaining in the first half.
end up as a win. But gustong-gusto mo yung nakikita dito sa young and really energetic brigade of Tropang Pasig.
Oh yeah, and gaya nga ng na-mention ni Mika sa kanyang report at the top of our coverage, it's just important for Coach Aldrin that he sees the effort, the integrity in every opportunity. Just play well and eventually, you know, siswertehin rin kayo.
Well, they have piled up some wins this season.
They have, and they
Hindi naman pwedeng ano yun, swerte lang yun because that's you know, deserved yung kanilang mga panalo doon, no? They already with 8 wins this season.
yeah, good for number 10 in the Northern Division. That's already a spot in the play-in if the play-in started today. All they need is just try to hold it down in these final few games of theirs. This could be a big win for them if they could actually hack out a victory against Pangasinan tonight. But that's also going to be a very tall order para sa kanila. But you know, so far they've been trying to get this thing within manageable distance. That's a big shot by Mark Montuano.
Tama ka dyan, no? 31-26.
Montuano's going to have a long night here, but I think he's ready. I think he is willing to do all that he can to try and power his team or try and help power his team to a victory. It's just really going to be tough to go up against this loaded firepower of Pangasinan.
Better ball movement there from Pangasinan and leading to that open jumper galing kay Joray Napoles. Rocky Acidre against Mike De Gregorio. Jay Gars with a shot fake. Lumapit si Garcia. He continues his scoring tear here in the second period. 6 points para kay Jay Gars. De Gregorio muffs the layup. He gets it back. Mike D too strong. Gadin back the other way. Dire-diretso si Gadin. Oh, turning on the Jets.
Oh my goodness. What a joy to watch itong bata na itong si Gadin. Look how fast he went.
7 points now for Gadin. Gabo trying to answer. No good. Galicia with a rebound. Here comes Gadin. Finds Acidre. Pulls the trigger. No.
Oh boy, that could have tied things up, but it's really very entertaining to watch Pasig City crawl up and try to limit the scoring of Pangasinan, but Napoles has hit some baskets here the last few possessions.
35-30. Joray Napoles with another jumper. Gadin now with Acidre. 10 seconds to work with for Pasig. Rocky. De Gregorio is ahead of the pack. De Gregorio from the corner. Galanza, turnaround shot won't go. A wasted possession para sa Heatwaves. Not a lot of fouls here in the second quarter.
It has been highly physical here in the second period. You know, both teams really playing very intense defense. But see here, Gadin. Oh my goodness.
No, last break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Yung style of play niya, looks like he's played a lot of street ball.
Oh yeah. Kung papanoorin mo siya for the first time, kala mo sobrang kangkarot lang eh, no? Pero he looks like he's very much in control of what he does. Sobrang bilis niya lang talaga.
A smart play. Again, galing kay Jacob Galicia.
He knows how to score against taller guys talaga. Ito si Jacob Galicia.
He is a matchup problem, Javi.
He is.
His size, he can play the 4 actually. But yung kanyang agility tsaka yung speed niya pang pang small forward.
Tama
So
ka dyan.
ang bilis niya maiwan itong mga bantay niya, no? The crafty finishes. Those are guard finishes right there.
And add to that, reliable mid-range jumper. That's what makes him tougher to defend.
And look at that, 7 rebounds as well.
Yeah, plus yun nga, yung kanyang motor, no? Talagang mahirap rin pagurin ito si Jacob Galicia because he's gonna try to get for every loose ball as well down the stretch.
Nice pass inside. Galing kay Bulanadi to Jay Collado. 7 points in the ball game para kay Jay Collado.
And that's what I love to see more galing dito kay Alin Bulanadi. Try to attack and get into the paint. That's gonna attract the defense because he's such a threat. So that opens up passing opportunities for big men like Jay Collado.
De Gregorio comes away with a rebound. They go to Melencio. Crossover from Ian in the lane. He sticks it in.
You talk about crafty at the guard position. Ian Melencio is one of them.
Minute and a half to play. Back to 7 ng lamang. Gadin for 3. Bulanadi with a rebound. Alin looks ahead. Fires the pass to De Gregorio. A 3 in and out. Rebound Melencio. Here's a double team on Ian Melencio. Nearly a turnover. Bulanadi drives middle. Alin, no. Maguliano with a rebound. Travel.
I fell a little bit off balance there. I could not get his body stabilized after that offensive rebound.
39 to 32, 63 seconds remaining in the first half. Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Jay Collado with the finish. Alin Bulanadi with the assist. Timeout muna tayo.
Back at Alonte Sports Arena, there have been a lot of contributors for the Pangasinan Heatwaves, one of which is Ian Melencio. I think I have reason to believe that he might be one of those players with the most jerseys from pro leagues and exhibition games. Sabi niya, he has about 200 jerseys or more at home. He's been around in the MPBL, never a coach's favorite in his words, but he knows what he brings to the table, especially on offense, but is still on the road of improvement sa defense, even at his age, he admitted. So far, though, he's been a good companion to Hesed Gabo for the Heatwaves. Silf and Javi.
Thank you so much, Mika. And just, dalawang daan na jersey. Grabe yun, Wild yun, You've been part of 200 basketball teams.
That's just wild.
Or 100 basketball teams. Kung dalawa ang... I'm sure yung iba doon, isa lang yung
jersey.
Yung jersey.
Wow, 200. What a number.
Alam mo yung,
And that's over the course of how many years?
yeah, probably a 15, 20 year career with, starting when he was a kid, maybe. And I remember Ian Melencio, he burst into the scene. Nakilala ko to, alam mo saan? Sa LGR Hoops. Nag-MVP to. Sa New Fight Division ng LGR Hoops.
Parang si Alwin Alday pala ito.
Oh, nakita ko to. Tapos next thing I know, I see him playing for the Imos Bandera in the first season with JP Sarao. That season, the first season ng MPBL.
Very recognized in the Panalay circuit ito si Ian Melencio.
Parang dati tingin kasi mahaba din buhok niya nito Parang si Terence Romeo daw gumalaw to Pero medyo malayo yung laro nila Iba yung galaw ni Ian medyo mas simple
Tsaka mas kalkulado maggumalaw to si Ian Melencio. Mas deliberate.
Yep, Bulanadi 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Galicia erases the shot from Ian Melencio. Lervin Flores to Mike De Gregorio. Finally, it drops para kay Mike DG.
0 out of 5 before that shot make. Finally, something down the drain para kay Mike De Gregorio.
Batak. Montuano in and out. Rebound ni Bulanadi. Looks up the clock. Alin will run out of time. But at least na shoot. No?
Might be important for his confidence.
Yeah. What a fast-paced first half that was here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan. Pangasinan with a 9-point lead at the break against the Tropang Pasig.
Nakan.
Coach, feel ko pinapakitaan kayo.
Hanap si Dagol. Fade away, one-hander.
James Sena, 15 points in this game, and he is featured in our Gixer Great Move of the Game, Born for Great.
This has to be the play of the game.
Oh yeah.
Put it in the top 10. Number 10. Tapos si Coach Egay. Reaction ni Coach Egay. Pero mo, yumuyo ko, natawa yan eh. Yumuyo ko.
Back to PJ. Against Joshua Yero. Gets past him and rolls it in. Cuts the lead down to 11.
What a finger roll by PJ. Getting past a couple of black shirts and scooping it up. Ibang klase yung finger roll na yun. Off-legged pa. Pero again, stretch na rin kasi yung mileage ng ibang players dito sa Cagers. Eh, no? Oh, what a finish!
Oh, Ramos had to improvise there. At he did that in successful fashion para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. A little run here being made by the guys in blue.
You know what I like about that? He was clearly decided that I'm going to challenge this defense of JJ Pido. And what I like also about it is immediately after he made that shot.
First basket of the game.
Pumayod siya doon at apat ulit ang lamang sa Mindoro. Dipsido from Alfred Flores.
Very shifty. Yung galawan na yun na si Flores.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Pactalio attacks, fakes off his defender. Wow, able to sneak that one through.
Oh man, that's what you miss about a Mactalio, you know? Guys will always say, you know, when you see Mactalio with the ball, he always is gonna find a way to score. And right here, you know, scoop underneath.
Yambing, balik kay Alfred Flores. Malayo ito, galing sa tres! On net! Gutsy shot from Alfred Flores.
I gotta wake myself up. Parang feeling ko, linggo pa rin eh. Naalala ko pa rin si Noy Remoca.
Alfred Flores has come alive here.
Was the first assistant, and then they brought in Coach Onak Magtulis and Coach Richard De La Rosa.
Oh,
Both of
okay.
their teammates during their championship run before. Whoa.
Where did that come from?
And somebody is letting out a lot of rage.
They've had enough of turnovers. Ball got stolen, but not this time. Go off Art and J-Boy Solis on the floor at the same time. Good cut.
Mactalio with a reverse.
That to me is really just understanding basic spread offense basketball. See this right here. Ball on the post. That weak side guy, 45, has to cut. And how about that control of Mactalio?
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness. Coughs up the ball. 2 seconds remaining. Calo steps into a free. Knocks that one down to beat the buzzer. What a night for Eman Calo. May duda pa ba?
Hindi, isang quarter pa, pwede pa magbago isip natin. Pero sa quarter na ito, hindi magbabago ang isip natin that Emad Calo was definitely the best player.
Ah, parang wala lang ha. Talagang umiling-iling pa. Highlights of the game brought to you by
Masama pa yung loob.
the official hydration partner. Kani, left corner shot, no.
What a
Minus,
rebound.
climbing the ladder, puts it back in. And a foul whistle on Mindoro.
Say it with your chest, Mr. Minus. After a beautiful play for the second chance, tulad nga nung sinabi mo, inakyat yung mataas na hagdanan. Hindi lang yun, umangat pa ng malakas. 3-point play pa ang kasama.
Halftime here at the Lonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna, Pangasinan with a 9-point lead against a hard-fighting Pasig City team. And even through the struggles, Pasig really, kept it really close. But Pangasinan's firepower really undeniable. 18 of 44, 40% shooting. And ultimately, yung rebounding really spelled the difference in the end para dito sa Pangasinan in that second quarter.
Tama ka dyan. It's really the lack of depth by Pasig that has really been giving them a lot of trouble. Obviously, a lot of the guys have had to play extended minutes. Galicia, Gadin, Jerome Garcia also getting a lot of burn. Warlo Batak has not been able to produce yet para sa Pasig City sa laro na to, and just the inability to knock down some shots during the end of that second quarter enabled Pangasinan to go ahead and get this 9-point lead heading into the third quarter.
Well, Gadin had an 8-point performance in that first half. Ganda ng simula niya, no? Jay Gars had really 3 tough jumpers.
Oh yeah, that was against really stifling defense, but was able to find a way to make those shots. Hopefully that continues here in the third quarter.
42 to 33. Alin Bolanadi. Was that an unsportsmanlike foul? I thought si Batak was there
Yeah,
to get back and defend.
I don't think that should be an unsportsmanlike foul unless they see that there really wasn't a play on the basketball. But I think it was Gadin who was trying to go for the steal. Ooh. Yeah. See here. There you go. Oh, that was the hold by Galicia on the arm.
Necessary contact to stop the progress of the team in transition.
So yun na nga.
Impeding the progress in transition. That was the cause for the unsportsmanlike foul.
No, Batak was there though, if you
To
consider that. But
Or it wasn't the reason that may tao sa harap. It was the reason but dahil walang play sa basketball, hinawakan lang yung kamay.
unnecessary contact. Alin Bolanadi, his return here in the MPBL is picked his spots. He has not really, attacked the basket like, we're used to seeing, or we saw him do in the previous seasons of the MPBL na naglaro siya dito.
Yeah, maybe just trying to feel his way back into the MPBL game. Ito si Alin Bolanadi and trying to see how his abilities can fit more with Pangasinan's current crop of players.
Well, in my opinion, though, with the way that this roster has been formed, they do need a slasher.
Exactly. Yan naman talaga naging kulang sa kanila. Like I said earlier, the strength of their lineup mostly this season has really been their front court depth. Although they have a lot of good guards, not really a lot of them are capable of attacking the basket.
You have a coach's challenge, and we will be right back.
The Pangasinan's challenge was successful.
It's a
Pangasinan
successful
Heatwaves
challenge for
basketball.
Coach Gerson. So it will be Pangasinan basketball still. Huling touch doon kay Mark Montuano.
14 to shoot.
Bulanadi. Melencio on the attack. Vic Manuel lumapit. Jumper in and out. Rebound ni Gadin. For Gadin. Pulls back. Jay Gars. Now with Warlo Batak. There's a switch here. Batak against Manuel. Warlo with the attack. To the cup.
That's his first basket of this game. He's really at his best when he's going downhill attacking the basket. Ito si Warlo Batak.
Vic Manuel finds the angle and kisses it off the glass.
Oh, he is just a handful to deal with near the basket.
Warlo got the step, the bounce pass. Jacob, masyado malakas. He gets it back and Jacob Galicia powers through.
How is it possible that he gets the rebound amongst taller players in the vicinity? See how he has dealt with 3 guys there. That's Vic Manuel, Jory Napoles, and Alin Bulanadi, all taller than him.
And that's the 8th and probably the most difficult rebound of Jacob Galicia's night so far. 45-38, 7-point lead for Pangasinan. This zone has really slowed down the heat waves.
And that's despite the shooting that they've shown during the first half. It has not really been able to drop here in the second half so far. Bulanadi missing another run from downtown.
Gadin. Jay Gars wants it. No. Intercepted by Bulanadi. Melencio. Will attack. Napoles. Jumper. Still no go. Inside. Alin Bulanadi.
And that time Bulanadi really skied for that rebound. Out-jumped Jacob Galicia on that opportunity.
(47-38). Batak. Nakabuelo. Bitawan ng bola but Montuano finds the mark.
Oh, still able to make an opportunity out of it. Pangsanhan was really staying home on Warlo Batak. Was still able to get the basketball on the handoff. Kaya lang medyo nadulas sa kanya. And he found an open Mark Montuano on that right corner.
Holding well, number 29. Jacob Galicia.
This is a Gixxer great move of the game. Born for greatness. Between the legs and then the crossover and I'm gone.
He has a bright future in this league. Ito si Warlo Batak. He is continuing to improve his offensive game at di naman matatawaran talaga yung energy niya.
There's a foul inside. Josa Nimes is in the game for the first time.
It's a pity that Josan came in middle of the season and not really in game shape yet when he came in. He could have been a big help if he came in really ready conditioning-wise. Alam naman natin yung kakayanan nito ni Josan Nimes. Tall guard, can handle the basketball.
Oh, the technical on Gadin.
But I think it's because he... Yeah.
Technical free throw, Ian Melencio.
At nahawakan niya yata si referee Karina Martin. You can't do that.
Yeah, but really just can't seem to shake off
That is the 14th foul.
itong Pasig City, itong Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Ayun o, sobrang nilapitan niya eh. And referee Karina Martin telling him to back off.
There's a steal here off the turnover from Vic Manuel. Jay Gars wants to take it all the way to the cup. Jay Gars short on the attempt. Ian Melencio back the other way. Melencio.
Ian Melencio.
What a move from Ian Melencio. Really determined to finish with the left hand.
Somehow, some way, getting the chance to make that layup even if he was falling towards the baseline.
Batak. Turnover, Pasig. They cannot allow Pangasinan. With these turnovers, they are really just giving Pangasinan a chance to rip this game wide open. But the other way, hindi naman nakakapitalize si Alin Bulanadi.
It's been sloppy the past few possessions for Pasig City here as we take a look at this fast break.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners.
At little hesitation through Gadin, a little bit off timing. Medyo nahuli siya sa paghabol. And even if Melencio was off balance with that layup, still able to get enough English to get that ball inside the hoop.
It's a blocking foul on Rocky Asidre.
Blocking foul, number 88, Rocky Asidre, penalty. That's his
Diretso siya dun sa kay si Harvey Pagsanan. Diretso dun kay Rocky Asidre.
Okay, he really put his body in front there. Medyo tumagalid siya, kaya tinawagan ng foul. Pasig only committed one foul in the first half. In fact, Pangasinan did not take any free throws in the first 2 quarters, but now they're already in the penalty with still 5:43 remaining.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
This could easily be a 15-20 point advantage already for Pangasinan, but Pasig City, with their peskiness, has helped them try and keep this game within manageable distance.
Montuano will launch the 3. Batak with the offensive rebound. Nimes gets it out to Asidre. Rocky, it's an air ball.
That ball could not even go near the shaded area. Everybody, all 5 players from Pasig, all just standing outside the 3-point arc.
50-40. Halfway through this 3rd quarter. Pagsanhan will launch it. That won't drop para kay Harvey. Morante is in the game. Pinahinga muna si Gadin. Josa Nimes will launch it from the outside. Iba ni Napoles. Manuel is ahead. Good catch by the muscle man, but he leaves it short. He has 2 free throws.
And just a series of misses dealing Pasig City some bad looks.
10-point game. Lawrence Paul Victoria and Bonga Lanza have returned. And Harvey Pagsanhan, really one of the things that he has to work on is his outside shooting. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. I mean, the athleticism is there, Javi.
Yeah, and if he wants to really make more impact in this Pangasinan team and in this league, it's imperative that he improves his outside shooting.
Meanwhile, let's check in with Mika Abisamis.
Just to join in your Pagsanhan topic, one of the biggest problems of Coach Jerson Cabiltes in that Zamboanga game was defense, especially towards the end. One guy who has been the major go-to guy of the Heatwaves on defense is Harvey Pagsanhan. He always had the tough tasks like David Defonso, the most recent ones, Abdul Sawat and Gabat. Napag-usapan nga natin, this league is now mostly about youth. I asked Harvey, kumusta yung pressure having to keep up with the likes of David Defonso, Joshua David, Gabat, Sawat? Sabi niya, ate, wala eh. Bukod kay Kuya Hesed, ako talaga ang nakakaalam ng plays ni Coach Jerson. High school pa lang ako, plays ko na yan. Kaya ngayon, pag kulang sa practice, ako ang point, or ako ang wing, or ako ang 4 at 5. Harvey is young and still growing and learning. Imagine the opportunities that he would get to have. So Delphin, Javi.
Thank you so much, Mika. He's at the right place right now with Coach Jerson Cabiltes. But again, as we mentioned, there's a lot of room for him to improve, especially if he wants to really push forward in his career.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt about it. But it's nice that he's playing for a team wherein he's very familiar with the system. Played for Hope in high school where he was under Coach Stevenson Chu na mentor ni Coach Jerson Cabiltes. Kaya naman talagang hindi nagkakaiba ang sistema. At alam naman natin kung gaano kahirap intindihin ng sistema ni Coach Jerson Cabiltes. Even brilliant players have a hard time fitting in to this kind of system, and it really takes a lot of time for you to get acclimated with it.
Galanza. 14-point lead for Pangasinan. Galanza to the corner. Lawrence Paul Victoria to Ian Melencio for 3. Gets it to drop.
It's really going to be the thing that is going to help Pangasinan break this game wide open, is to beat Pasig City with unrelenting, crisp, quick ball movement.
57-40. Corpus to Jacob Galicia. Galicia that turns, 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that will be a shot clock violation on Tropang Pasig.
He did not realize that there was not enough time remaining on the shot clock.
$17 points ang lamang ng Pangasinan. Really asserting themselves here in the third period, led by Ian Melencio, who has 14 in the ball game. Ian draws closer. Melencio draws the foul, trying to add to his tally.
Yeah, he's been the high point man for Pangasinan in this game. Started for Coach Gerson sa laro na to, and he's taken advantage of that opportunity, balancing, looking for his shot and setting up his teammates.
Balik na si Gadin. Ian Melencio. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Melencio, 14 points, 5 rebounds. 0 for 2. Napoles with a rebound. Melencio, the kick out to Galanza. Now they go to Maguliano against Tamayo. Ian. Lawrence. Bong. 3. No. Melencio again. 16 points para kay Ian Melencio.
Among the land of the trees there, Ian Melencio flipping it up and in. This is now a 19-point lead for the Heat Waves.
Galicia. 10 seconds to work with for Tropang Pasig. This game is slipping out of their hands here in the third. There's a whistle before the layup.
And just a lack of scoring options here for Tropang Pasig has made it difficult for them. Don't have Chito Jaime, who's usually their primary shot maker. And now they have to resort to guys like Jerome Garcia, Raquel Sidre.
14 seconds.
Yeah, it's 59-40.
2 minutes.
Garcia, the spin, nabitawan ng bola. Corpus has it. Wants a clear out against Victoria. Corpus, separation on the turnaround. Rebound ni Gabo. Galanza from the cross-court pass. Bong has missed back-to-back three-pointers. Minute and a half remaining. Gadin will drive. Up against Hesed Gabo, one of the top point guards here in the league.
Pushing well on number 7, Hesed Gabo is second.
I'm sure Gadin, he had his eyes wide open when he saw that he was matched up with Hesed Gabo in this game. Can maybe pattern his game after Gabo. Pareho mabibilis na gwardya.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. (41-59). Nahirapan ng Pasig City dito in the third quarter.
Their field goal shooting has really gone down.
Hesed. Go to Lawrence. JP. Back to Hesed. Sa gitna. Victoria fires. That's short. Rebound. Nakuha ni Maguliano. Blocked by Jacob Galicia.
Oh my goodness.
Some rim protection as well.
He just keeps coming at you.
Gadin. Gets it to Jay Gars. A 3 off the mark. Hesed. Quickly to Maguliano. The spin, the pass. Galanza inside. He scores 11 points para kay Bong Galanza.
If I were Pangasinan, I'd continue pounding it inside because they are just unstoppable from that area. If they keep settling for outside shots, that means most of the time it's going to be a long rebound, and that will give Pasig City a chance to get on the other side and get some quick points in transition.
Jacob Galicia with the answer in the other end. He's got 10 in the ball game.
9.
No, 9 rather. 9. Sorry about that. 61-44. Huling opportunity dito in the third quarter. Victoria with the basketball. Goes to Collado, a 3. Garcia with a rebound. And that will do it. 3 quarters down dito sa Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Pangasinan Heatwaves finally seizing control of this ball game thanks to Ian Melencio, who has 16 points on 6 of 7 shooting. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sit Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. That's a Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Kaway, hi. Welcome dito sa Alonte Sports Arena. May isa pa tayong game dito, Javi. Caloocan versus Binyan.
That's going to be exciting, and considering that Binyan has been struggling lately, I'm sure Coach Boyd Fernandez very hell-bent on getting a victory here at home.
Quarter scoring, Pangasinan 15-11 in the first, 27-22 in the second. And again, in the third, 11 points lang ang Pasig compared to the 19 of Pangasinan. And that's why they are deep in a hole right here, 63-44. Inside Tamayo. Collado. They go down low to Maguliano.
Ooh, I think that's going to be a hold on Montuano.
Holding foul, number 10, Mark Montuano. That's his first team foul.
And JP Maguliano, although fresh out of college, has been in the league for quite some time. Started off as a special guest license player, and then after his time with the EAC Generals, came back to play for Pangasinan. Very happy to continue playing for his college head coach in Jerson Cabiltes.
63-44, Victoria.
Offensive foul. That's a moving screen on JP Maguliano.
Foul, number 23, Jay Goliano is second.
Oh no, it's going to be
First team
Goliado.
foul.
Gadin. Nadala ng bola para sa Pasig. 19 points ang lamang ng Pangasinan. Batak. Only 2 points in the ball game para kay Warlo Batak. It's been a struggle para kay Warlo, but he finds a way.
And he has really gotten better in manning that screen and roll action. I see here getting that solid pick from Lester Tamayo and driving past the defense of JP Maguliano, able to make that angle work for himself. At the start of his career, you would usually see him really falter under the pressure of the defense in two-man game action. But right now, he has gotten better and better in reading those situations.
16 points ang lamang ng Pangasinan. Hagabo could not nail the three. Rebound, nakuha ni Montuano.
If you're Pasig City, you would love that Pangasinan just keeps taking outside shots as long as you challenge them.
Batak gets it to Montuano. Gadin, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gadin trying to break down the defense. Masyado malakas. Maguliano nagmamadali. Masyadong malapit kay Jay Collado ang pasa na yon. Batak to Corpus. Good catch by Corpus. Ooh. There's a whistle on Hesed Gabo. Tatlo na yan. Napoles is back, replacing JP Maguliano.
A pity there because Pangasinan could have already gotten out in transition to score an easy bucket. Instead, Pasig City will have a chance to trim this deficit. There you go.
Mark Montuano has 7 points in the ball game. 14 na lang ang lamang dito. Napoles. Galanza gets it to Napoles.
Ooh.
The alley-oop.
Height is might. A heads-up play. Galing kay Bong Galanza to lob it up to the high-flying Jory Napoles.
Marlo Batak gets it to Corpus. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Batak nakabuelo. That's an offensive foul. Oh, the blocking foul rather. Sorry about that. On Galanza.
Yeah, Galanza just a step too late in moving his feet laterally there.
The play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
How do you stop a guy who jumps high and has long arms like Jory Napoles?
Konting hatak doon on Gabo. That is number 4 on Hesed.
He tried to gamble for the steal there to no avail. Instead, he will send Corpus to the line because now it's Pasig, or rather Pangasinan, who is an early penalty.
7:26 mark ng ating fourth quarter. Nasa penalty na itong Pangasinan Heatwaves.
And now I say that this could be an option for Pasig City to continue to explore, try to get something going inside.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
To try and draw more fouls so they can go to the free throw line more often. Question is, can they make their foul shots? So far, so good. 8 out of 11. That's a decent percentage for a team.
Gabo, forceful drive. He will go to the line for 2 free throws.
He really wanted to make up for that last foul that he committed. He wasn't very happy with that call, and he knew that he had to make up for it.
And Hesed sinks the first. One for 2. Rebound nakuha ni Corpus. Tamayo. Montuano. And now, Corpus knocks down the 3. Onse na lang to. Felix Corpus with 12 points in the ball game.
An excellent pressure break there by Pasig City. Just basic flash middle, and then Montuano hitting Corpus on the left corner, but mabilis ang naging sagot dito ng Pangasinan with Vic Manuel.
And Vic Manuel, that trademark spin and scoop. Corpus again. Oh, feeling it. Felix Corpus. Where did he come from?
Well, he came in late in the third quarter after being one of Pasig's leading scorers in the first 2 quarters. He had 7 in the first 2 periods. Did not make an impact in the third period, but here in the fourth quarter, back-to-back baskets. Pero back-to-back baskets rin ang sinurrender dito ng Pasig City for Pangasinan.
Galanza scores from underneath. 13 points para kay Bong Galanza. You have to remember, this is a franchise that has, produced some stars actually.
Oh yeah.
Corpus almost got that one in.
I mean, you got guys like Ryan Costello.
Kenny Rocacurva,
Yes.
in particular.
We're now in stronger teams, but I'm sure Boss Buddy Encarnado really proud of the tradition that they built here.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Vic Manuel with a scoop. 70 to That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. We are back here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Pasig. In Binyan, Laguna.
Yes.
Pasig pala naglalaro. Corpus has had an outstanding game. 14 puntos para sa kanya. But 14 points din ang lamang ng Pangasinan. Galicia goes to work and puts it in. Sometimes you just can't help but shake your head and admire what Pasig is doing, even with this undermanned roster.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have Robbie Manalang, you don't have Chito Jaime, and yet they're trying their very best to keep in tow here with Pangasinan, who's actually, if you're gonna think about it, I think most people expected that they would blow out Pasig City right from the get-go.
Yes. And Warlo Batang isn't even that productive. The assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. I just think that the execution is really up to the T, no? Talagang sunod na sunod ang kanilang yung galaw ng mga players. I think that you gotta give credit to Coach Aldrin here, what he's doing.
It's really because that just makes problems for Pangasinan. Dahil yun naman talaga ang kailangan mangyari. If you rely on breakdowns with one-on-ones, it's gonna make you so predictable. It's gonna make the defense's job a lot easier. And that's really how to break down a defense properly. It's through ball movement. Kaya kung napansin mo in that third quarter when they resulted to some early shots during possessions, talagang nadepensa na maayos. It ended up in misses which enabled Pangasinan to run on the other side and score easily.
That's a big shot. Galing kay Jory Napoles. He's hit several perimeter jumpers. 72 to 60. Balik sa 12 ang Kalamangan.
Which have been really very timely. And that one was during a late shot clock situation.
Galicia with a jumper. That's in and out. Melencio with another rebound. That's number 6. There's a foul away from the ball. That's on Jacob Galicia.
And no matter what happens in this game, I'm still going to be very happy with the way that these guys have competed in Pasig City. Imagine going up against a slew of very talented big names in the front court. I mean, how many of them can you cut? Wala pa nga si Michael Mabulak dyan. At di pa masyado nagagamit yung iba. But, I mean, going up against Jory Napoles, Vic Manuel, oh my goodness.
Corpus and Gadin, they've been outstanding in this ball game. Nice ball fake from Corpus. Takes the jumper. He'll get the bounce. 16 in the ball game. Para kay Felix Corpus. Lead is still at 10. But tropang Pasig making their presence felt in this ball game.
I'm sure a lot of people have turned into believers here with the play of Felix Corpus.
Galicia.
Number 29, Jacob Galicia, sport.
That's number 4, Jacob Galicia. Inaatake talaga.
14 foul for Pasig City.
Inaatake talaga nila sa ilalim.
Because they know if Jacob Galicia comes out of this game, that's going to be one less problem para sa kanila.
8-4 and 3 para kay muscle man Vic Manuel. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Manuel, 1 for 2. Jump ball, bola ng Pasig.
That's a double lane violation.
It's a double lane violation resulting in a jump ball possession error points to Pasig City.
And this is really all that you can ask for from your players, Javi.
Oh yeah,
If you're Coach Aldrin.
for sure. They continue to play hard. You know, they're not backing down. If this is actually still possible, this is a lot of time for them to come back.
Montuano for 3, gets it to go. And it's down to 8. Ang lamang dito ng Pangasinan with under 4 minutes to play. Tropang Pasig, oh boy, they are a handful. And Pangasinan needs a timeout. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, and he didn't even play a lot against Cebu sa kanilang huling laro. Only played 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Only scored 2 points, only attempted 1 shot. But he has made the most of the opportunity given to him by Coach Aldrin Morante in this game. He started and he was very much responsible for Pasig City keeping in step with Pangasinan during that first half and also in this comeback attempt. But Pangasinan trying their best to put this game away.
Back up to 10 ang lamang dito after that basket from Ian Melencio. Gadin launches.
I would have jumped out of my seat if that went in.
Napoles. Bigay kay Vic Manuel. Inside they go. Napoles, the turnaround. No. Rebound ni Warlo Batak. 3 minutes remaining. Down by 10. Ang Pasig, Batak to Galicia for 2.
Even his vision has improved. Look at the read on that play. Got through the screen, saw a diving Jacob Galicia, little no-look pass. Galing kay Warlo Batak.
Tansyado niya na yung pasa.
Oo.
Manuel, turnaround. Batak with a rebound. Here comes Pasig. De Gregorio, that is a foul on Mike DG. He will send Corpus to the line.
He tried to anticipate That move going to the right, I think Corpus was planning to go its spin to the other side, but Di Gregorio holding a little bit on the arm. And now Corpus has a chance to put points on the board, cut this lead to just 6 points with the clock stopped.
Ngayon, balik sa laro si Bongga Lanza. Balin Bulanadi is also sitting down together with Vic Manuel, Victoria, Galanza, Melencio, Maguliano, and Napoles, the 5 on the floor. Corpus, Montuano, Galicia, Gadin, and Batak for Pasig. Absolutely, Pasig has no business here
Oh yeah.
sticking this close to Pangasinan here late in the ball game. They don't have their probably their most experienced player in Chito Jaime, one of their leading scorers. They don't have Robbie Manalang, and yet they are here 2 possessions away from Pangasinan with 2.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, they did not resign themselves to the fact that wala yung kanilang 2 best players. Ang nasa isip lang nila, maglalaro kami ng maayos, we're gonna play hard, we're gonna do everything that we can, we're gonna play hard.
And they lose the basketball. That is last touch on who?
I think they might try to challenge this one. I think Coach Alden Morante and his staff were very adamant. It happened right in front of them that Galanza had last touch on the rock.
The Pasig City is challenging the last out of bounds play.
The biggest lead stood at 19 points. Challenge for Pasig.
There's the touch by Gadin, and then you see Batak really trying to chase for it. Couldn't really see it on that play.
There was it was off the leg of Gadin, and you know, we'll be right back.
The review for the challenge was inconclusive and it has been nullified. We will stand on the call. Pangasinan Heat Waves basketball.
Inconclusive challenge.
Oh, that was
Inconclusive yung review.
That was a very painful review there.
And here is another angle here. And I think that was off Gadin.
Hindi rin kasi clear kung talagang tumama kay Galanza eh. Yeah, that was off the front of his left leg.
I think you just have to take the call and move on now and play great defense. You're back in it.
Yep, this is just a 6-point lead. 1 stop is all you need at this moment, and then a score on the other end. Make things closer.
Galanza, Batak is right in front of him. Bong, back out to Melencio. That's a tough shot. And Melencio is whistled for the personal. Montuano with a chance to trim the deficit to 4 with the clock stopped.
I have watched this movie so many times for Pangasinan here in this season. When most of these players, their core was playing for Nueva Ecija, when Coach Gerson was still there, it was different. You know, they started slow and then they ended strong. But this season, lots of times they go up early and then in the fourth quarter, things somehow start to falter para sa kanila. They allow opposing teams to get back in the game, and that has cost them some big games.
75-70. 1 for 2 for Mark Montuano. Melencio against Gadin. 3-second violation on Bonga Lanza. He was camped in the paint.
My goodness, that's just a lot of errors in the end game. That's really going to be a concern if I'm Coach Gerson Cabiltes. This cannot happen, especially late in the season when you're trying to prime yourself up for a playoff spot in the Northern Division where there are a lot of really tough teams to go up against. You can't be playing this way in a situation where you're supposed to be up big time already. You're against the team almost at the bottom of the division in the North.
Corpus oozing confidence. He gets the switch here against Napoles. The fadeaway. No. Rebound ni Maguliano. Crucial stop for Pangasinan. A chance to extend the lead here. Melencio against Gadin. Maguliano to Pagsanhan. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maguliano back shot is good.
Now that is how you execute in the half court.
Timeout, Pasig City.
Try to take as much time off the game clock as possible. Simple two-man game here between Maguliano and Pagsanhan, former collegiate teammates, now playing for the Heat Waves. Just a nice pocket pass there by Pagsanhan to JP. It's now a 7-point lead for the Heat Waves.
Sports Arena. It's a 77-70 lead para dito sa Pangasinan Heat Waves. With a minute and 14 remaining. Both teams already over the limit. Couple of timeouts remaining for Pangasinan. Only one for Pasig. Both teams in penalty. Gadin to inbound. Montuano gets it to Gadin. Gadin with the runner. Oh! That was a brutal miss.
Just a painful muffed shot there galing kay Paul Gadin.
That was halfway in, Javi.
Yeah.
Galanza with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Napoles for 3. Got it. And Jory Napoles rising to the occasion here down the stretch. 13 points. Extends the lead to Pangasinan to 10 points. Look at the pass on Bonga Lanza to a wide open Jory Napoles. He's got the stroke tonight.
Yeah, two-man game there on the right side between Galanza and Maguliano, and then the relocation by Jory Napoles. Naiwan yung kanyang bantay sa loob. 10-point lead now for Pangasinan. This could be the final touch of the game.
Coach Gerson Cabiltes, his next assignment will be against the Caloocan Batangkang Kalu on August 26. Pretty much, it will determine. That's a big swing there. That's a 2-game swing. Kung sino man mananalo.
Tama ka dyan. And, it's like what I mentioned earlier. The heat waves, they need to address these issues in the end game where they need to look sharper. They need to have that killer instinct.
Yeah.
It's simply not going to work against teams like Abra and San Juan.
And not being harsh on the team, but that is the standard that we're looking at.
Exactly.
Because of the lineup that they have. The lineup and really the personnel that they have with Coach Gerson there.
But that's just the reality, Sadelf. And I'm sure that somehow, some way, that's at the back of their minds. It's just pretty much up to them how they will respond to that.
Gadin in a rush. Montuano has it. Shoots and makes the basket. 31.1 remaining, 80-72. But Pasig fought up until the end. Hats off to them. It looks like Pangasinan will take this victory.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Gallant stand for Tropang Pasig in this game. You gotta give a lot of props to them. Without their top 2 scorers, Hidrobi Manalang and Chito Jaime, still managed to take Pangasinan to the limit.
Ian Melencio should be the final nail on the coffin there. Para sa Pangasinan. It got a little bit tricky down the stretch para sa Pangasinan, but the Heat Waves get it done. They pick up another win at the expense of Tropang Pasig here in Binyan. A huge win nonetheless in their bid for a home court advantage in the playoffs. The best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ian Melencio is adjudged as our best player of this ball game.
From start to finish, Ian Melencio was brilliant for Pangasinan sa laro na to. Very efficient outing para sa kanya. Had 18 points to go with his 6 rebounds. He really set the tone for the Heat Wave sa laro na to. Orchestrating the offense and making sure that when Pangasinan needed a bucket, he was there to rise to the occasion.
Let's go to Mika Abisan.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Ian. Pagkausap ko si Coach Gerson, palagi niyang hinahanap consistency. Sa larong ito, kahit pinahirapan kayo ng Pasig, very consistent ka. Sa 22 minutes, meron kang 20 points. Kumusta ka?
Okay naman. Siyempre, pagod. Ganun talaga eh. Pag nagtrabaho kasi, may sukli na maganda. Ginagawa ko lang yung trabaho ko sa team para masuklihan ko yung tiwala ng mga coaches.
Iyan, sa pagkakakilala natin kay Coach Gerson, kahit panalo to, alam nating hindi niya masyadong magugustuhan yung way ng panalo nyo. Pero sa tingin mo ba, ano pa yung kailangan para talagang makalapit sa mga teams sa taas?
Siguro pag yung chemistry pa kulang, kasi may mga bago, nag-adjust pa. Saka kailangan talaga pagka pukpok talaga para lumayo yung lamang. Pag bandang uli kasi medyo nagre-relax, tapos yun, nahabol. Siguro mas papraktisin pa namin yung pagiging aggressive hanggang kahit lamang hanggang dulo.
Yon ang pinakita mo ngayong gabi. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan, Ian?
Unang-una, thank you kay Lord. Binigyan kami ng panalo. Sa wife ko, kay Jessel Jane, sa tatlong kong anak, si Yana, si Chacha, si Chaster,